battery thrown here for the time being. Crank her up. On there. Tell you what, big bad stuff these days. Not be trusted.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kikes, and today we got a new video today. So first of all, I didn't even want to make this video. I didn't think there was gonna be a video to be made. So I started noticing a coolant leak, and it was a slight leak, like nothing dripping on the floor really, but my low coolant light would come on. So I just fill her up and then drive. Still runs great, and then it would come on, like came on twice in like 3 months. So I wanted to check it out. I had my buddy Sal put this truck on his lift, and we went to look, and we noticed it was dripping from the back of the engine block. So we're like, okay, we suspected. I'll show you what we expected. As you can see, the intake is off, which is what I originally planned to do, because we suspected these, they call them steam vent ports, right? So the 99 to 02s, they got this funky piping connection or whatever, and usually it'll leak from back here and drip down the back of the head. But anyway, in this case, I'll show you my phone video. These things are bone dry while I was pressure testing it, and the coolant was coming from the head. So that's where we're at now, guys. And like, bottom line is I gotta get these heads off and get them to the machine shop now. So I'm gonna try to rip through this thing and now cut you guys in if there's anything cool to see. Okay guys, went ahead and took off this steam vent piping. Although it wasn't leaking, it is kind of crusty. I don't think I want to put this back on the car, but we'll get to that way later. Cause I know like the later models, they just capped off the back 2 ports, and then the front just had a one pipe across the front and then another T off to the radiator. So I think I might try to go with one of those setups. I don't know yet. So this is where I am now. I got the exhaust manifold separated. So, and that last bolt in the back, well, it wasn't there. So I don't know if it's broken off in there, which 9 out of 10 times it is, or it fell out sometime. So I guess we'll see when I pull this head off. So right now, all I gotta do is take off the rocker arm assembly and unbolt the head bolts, and I think everything should come out. So I'm gonna try to set up this camera so you guys can watch, and hopefully I don't mess this up. I went ahead and got me a box to put the push rods in. Just made some holes, and I kept them in order. And then I went and marked this rocker arms just so I know where this goes when it's time to put it back together. So I did have to loosen up the passenger side exhaust manifold, as well as I took off the two 15 bolts that connect the Y pipe to the muffler. And that way the exhaust will just hang a little so I can get to the bolts on the side of the head. So I made sure hopefully there's nothing bolted to the back. And I got the cylinder head tightening sequence right there. And we're just gonna reverse that and hopefully get this head off. Not hopefully, this head's coming off. Bad boy was loose already. Shit. Don't worry about the extra coolant left. Even though I did drain the radiator, but there's still coolant in the bottom of the block. As you can see, it's in the bottom of my garage now. You don't want to pry it on aluminum, so I just got my wooden ball peen hammer handle, stuck it in the exhaust port, pried up a little, spilled the coolant all over the floor. I just lift the motherfucker. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Yeah. Oosa. Chihoo. So for future reference, you may want to take out the thermostat and drain the block before you pull off the head, but you just give it a nice coat up over there. So if you can see the back, can't really see, but here. So right here, this is the culprit of the leak. So this part of the gasket, you can see, it's pretty crappy. And there's no passage in the block for that. Yeah, the block is just... Is there a passage? Yeah, so that's just a block off for the head. As you can see, it's all corroded out. What is this supposed to look like? Yeah, it's just a block. But from underneath the gasket, so the side that contacts the cylinder head over here, you can see right where she was leaking. So like right out of here. And when I loosened this bolt, it was loose already. So that could have been the culprit, I don't know. But let's get the other head off and get these heads to the machine shop. Okay, Nana. Got the two heads off, took out the plugs. So now I'm gonna take them to the machine shop so they can give it the whole 9. Should be brand new by the time I get them back. So here's where the dilemma is, guys. Normally, leaky head gasket, you go ahead, replace it, replace everything next to it. Heads will probably take a week at the machine shop and get it back and car's running again. However, look how deep we are into this thing. You see the exhaust manifold on that side? You see that cut pipe on this side? There she is, guys. Exhaust manifold with the EGR. And now we're just gonna have to delete that. I wanted to get rid of that EGR thing anyway, but now might as well get rid of the whole exhaust manifold, right? So now I gotta get headers. Oh, and if we're gonna do that, I'm like 10 more bolts away from putting a new cam in here. I gotta go get start making my parts list and then drop these bad boys off at the machine shop, and then I'll catch you guys after that. Okay guys, it's actually 3 days later. The last time you saw me, I took the heads to the machine shop. That was on Monday. Today's Wednesday, and check this out. So I got them back already, fresh from the machine shop. So it was about, I think the total job ran about 700 bucks. But that was a full-on valve job, resurface, pressure test. They cleaned these things, they changed the valve seals, reconditioned all the springs and the valves. So this thing's ready to go, pretty much brand new. The crappy part is I still didn't get the rest of my parts. So like the, you know, gaskets, all that stuff we do. I mean, we got AutoZone and O'Reilly's and stuff like that, but I'm pretty picky. Plus the prices, man, back in the day I had my own auto shop, so I used to pay a price for stuff. And now I gotta pay full retail, so I'm not gonna lie, Amazon is cheaper. I mean, if I really needed it real bad, then I would get it from locally, but... So just let me show you what's going on with the car right now. So as you can see, nothing has changed. It's still at the same spot we were when I pulled the heads off. I did go ahead and vacuum out the coolant. I still gotta go and clean the block surface, and I am gonna change this gasket. We do got some new, these are new knock sensors. The old ones are good, but when I took off the clip on the harness, it pretty much broke the whole top. So these are brand new GM knock sensors, and I do have a brand new harness to go with that too. So initially on Monday, when I started this job, you know, I was talking about replacing the cam and doing all kinds of stuff, but and it's been I've been thinking about it for the last 2 days, even today. But here's the thing. I was gonna go with the BTR Stage 2 truck cam, LS7 lifters with the lifter trays. That's GM's LS7 lifters, BTR push rods, stock length, and then while we're at it, we're just gonna throw in some LS1 rocker arms with the trunnion upgrade, and that would have set it. Like that's what I really wanted to do. But the reality is, this engine got 180,000 miles on it already. So by me replacing the head gaskets, if you've seen in my other video, we already did the oil pan, the rear main seal. So we're about to do the head gaskets. I'm gonna do the valley cover with the knock sensors. I got a new oil pressure sensor, new cam sensor, and while we're at it, I am gonna take off the water pump. The water pump's pretty new, but I will take it off, and I'm gonna replace the front seal the front cover plate gasket, as well as the front crank seal. So this block will be totally fresh as far as sealing wise, you know. So but the thing is, the bottom half, you know, the rods, the bearings, cam bearings, crank bearings, they all got 180,000 miles on it. I really didn't want to spend all that money to put the cam in here, and then maybe next year we're pulling the whole block out. And some of you might be okay with that, but my thing about this truck is I like driving it. And every time it's down in the garage and not being driven, then it sucks. I can't tell you. So I ordered new headers. The headers are on its way. It's being shipped. And I got new hoses coming. Coolant hoses. Tensioners, pulleys. Idler pulleys. The AC belt. The AC tensioner. So all that stuff is going to be fresh. I wanted to try clean up this brackets as much as possible, but you know what, this ain't no show truck, but this thing is gonna be reliable, and that's what I want in this truck. Plus guys, this is a 4.8. It still would have been cool, it still would have made power, but if I'm gonna do all that with the cam, I want a fresh block, fresh bearings, fresh pistons, fresh rods, fresh everything. And then we'll drop it in here. It's just the name of the game. Like, this truck is 21 years old, man. Probably older than some of you guys. And if you want to own a fine machine like this, or you're into older stuff, things are gonna break. So along with the motor, the body, frame, it all got 180,000 miles on it with 21 years behind it, you know. And things are gonna go wrong, things are gonna break. And you just gotta be willing to fix them. Like, if you get something old and it's all cherry and, you know, top of the line everything, then you're gonna pay a lot of money. That's probably gonna end this video. I'm gonna stop ranting. This car got the old graphite head gaskets from 2000, and we're upgrading to multi-layer steel. So all new everything. I want this thing back on the roads. The next video you see will be of me putting the final touches. I'm gonna show you what I'll do for that steam vent bypass thing, because I'm not gonna reuse the old tube, and they just don't sell it anymore. And got guys on eBay trying to sell used ones for 100. I'm gonna sell my used one for $100 on eBay. But who knows? That thing might leak next week. So thank you guys for watching. If you're not already subscribed, please do so. We just hit 600 subscribers, so help me get to 1,000. You know, we appreciate all the feedback, and hit that like button if you like this kind of stuff. And until next time guys, I will see you in the next video. Peace.